No, they've got no guts in it. There's no guts in that. And this is good. Yeah, this has got wonderful process.
And they're downstairs.
We take the fines out.
So we're at the Garden Press event, and I'm talking to Paul about a new compost. So take it away, Paul.
Right, yeah, well, I've been working on compost for many years now, basically because I was disappointed with a lot I could find in the garden centre. And I retired 8 years ago now, and then I thought, I can't sit at home and do nothing. I knew the peat ban was coming, so I took myself off to India and Sri Lanka, and over the next...
Sorry, just to cut in there. Can you tell us about the peat ban?
Well, the peat ban is not officially in place at the moment. The government have not given the date, but basically what has happened, that the big supermarkets have decided, yes, peat's bad for the environment and what have you, and they're now leading the way, saying they won't stock plants unless they're grown peat-free.
Cool.
So that's
right. That's good.
Yeah, it's done, and it's now starting to get momentum in Europe as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But we do expect the government to actually ban peat within the next year.
Okay.
Full stop.
Let's get back to the product.
Yeah, indeed. So this is the coir. It's a byproduct of the coconut. What we do is we dry it, we shred it, we wash it, and when we dry it in the sun. So there's no, it's very eco-friendly.
Yeah.
When we water it, we make sure the water's recycled, and a lot of the water comes from a borehole, but also a lot comes from off the roofs of the sheds and the drying yards and all the rest of it, and they've got big reservoirs that they use. And then when we finish with the water, that is actually used to irrigate the coconut plants and trees in the plantations. So it's all cyclical.
Yeah.
We use a controlled release fertiliser because that enables the fertiliser to be released over 6 months, and depending on the temperature and the moisture content, lets the fertiliser release into the plant. So when it's hot in the summer, the plant needs more food, so it knows instantly to do that. So it's very clever technology that they use on there. And then there's a special fertiliser in there to encourage roots. So really, if you use a good quality compost like this, you will not need to feed through the growing season. Okay. And we've just won 3 Which Best Buys this year for...
Sorry, what is the name of the product again?
It's Eazy Grow Compost, Eazy Grow Peat-Free Compost.
Okay.
So, it's been selling on QVC very well. It's available on the Sustainable Plant website. And we're just 2 of us at the moment.
So what do we have here then?
Well, this is an example of a plant growing well and not growing well. This was the same young cutting planted in the spring in the Eazy Grow compost, and this was in a brand leading compost. End of the season, when you tipped it out, that's the size of tuber you've got against that size tuber. So you can imagine how much flower that's going to produce next year compared to that. So it just shows the nutrients that are already in the compost really do a fantastic job in creating a good root system, and then lots of flowers, or a tuber is the case here with this begonia.
Excellent. Thanks very much indeed.